Pending in March, 179. Are you ready for this for April?
Yeah.
370.
What?
Whoa.
What? How can that be?
I'm telling you, I did it 3 times.
It
Wow.
just doesn't seem right.
And Ken Rowland, I know you're going to go check my numbers.
Yep, he's looking.
Now we're talking about,
You're
again, we're
getting this
talking
off
about
MLS, right?
MLS. Off market, now that include, and when I do off market, I do temporarily, I put them all together, temporary, unconditionally, inconditionally, whatever you want to call it. Month of March, 191. And this probably shouldn't be a surprise in April, 205. But not a huge difference. This one's crazy. And then sold, listen to this, sold, closed. March, 584. April, 400. It just tells me that May is going to be a good month. June is going to be a good month in perspective of what's happening, right? I know Ken's going to double check all these numbers, and I appreciate you do that. Again, remember now, there's single family residence, villas, townhouses, and condos. Now, why did I do this over here? I want to show you our numbers at Keller Williams, Peace River Partners. In March, we did 34 new listings. In April, we did 37.
Wow.
Pending. We went from, are you ready for this? Again, 10 in March, 29 in April. If you look at the percentages, I'm guessing we're ahead of it, you know? Off market in March, 9 and 15. And then sold in March, 48, and so far in April, 31. We've got 1 day left, right? So you look at these numbers.
32 now.
32 now?
We just had a closing today.
Yay.
Awesome. So this might be jump up to 35 or 36 by the end of the day. Certainly, if you figure out the percentages between the market and March and April, I would say both in pendings and sales, we're ahead of everybody.
And we should be.
And we should be. I think we proved that. In the team meeting with all those charts and graphs that we threw up there. But in this one here, and I know somebody's going to check this, the pending 179 to 370, and then 10 to 29 in our market. So what's the percentage there? Let me do this. 179 divided by
17.9.
I should learn how to use a calculator, right? 48%, and then 10 divided by 29 is 34%. So we're doing better than the rest of the market, but never mind us versus the market. What is this? I mean, we're still selling property. Granted, the number of closings went down, but with the number of pendings. So I think that's pretty cool, don't you?
Yeah, it is.
That was fun.
Yes, it's cool.
That was fun. Jim, you have any comments on that? You still on the phone? You're a numbers guy.
Go Bayer, Ken.
He just walked in.
Jim or Ken, you're both numbers guys.
Well, one
Ken
thing
just
that
walked in.
catches my attention is if there's been 400 closings and we have 29, that's not the market share we've been experienced in the past.
Yeah.
That's a little concerning, to be perfectly honest with you.
So let's think about that, right? And this is the single family word. Let's say right now these are right. 31 divided by 400, right? That's only 7.75.
Right.
Right?
would think we'd be north of 10%.
You would think we'd be north of 10%. Well, what's interesting, here's a crazy thing, just from my own perspective. I closed on my home this morning. Thank you, everybody. Yep.
Yay.
I was at Hometown Title, and I was her first closing of the day, which was a Keller Williams closing. And she said she had 2 more closings in the afternoon that were both Keller Williams closings. So
One was ours.
one was yours?
Yep.
So she had 3 closings today that I know of, and we're all Keller Williams. So I don't know. I'm just impressed by. I get excited about this pending number.
That seems way out of line, really.
Yeah.
I mean, for pendings to double from month to month.
I know. I ran it 3
Well,
times, Ken.
I mean, I think March probably was lower than normal, right?
March was actually more closings around the whole country.
Yeah. Yeah. March had a ton of closings.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There were 45 closings in Punta Gorda Isles in March.
No kidding.
That beats the previous record by like 10.
But that's all stuff that was happening in January and February.
Yeah.
I guess that's my point. I think March, the pendings was probably down. If you looked at the pendings in January, February, I bet you they were higher.
Yeah. So we see some trends there. And Matt Patterson and I were talking earlier. He was talking about, I don't know if you know this, but Gary Keller has been doing Zoom calls 5 hours long with agents that did X million and above. That being said, Gary Keller was very transparent with everybody, and he says, if you and you've heard Gary Keller, you can appreciate these words. Matt almost said it word for word. He says, listen, if you guys don't think, you guys are running around out there thinking it's great, you're still having closings, but if you honestly believe that the market's not going to change, then you're all stupid. And you can hear those words coming out of Gary Keller's mouth, right? And he believes, and so he's asking everybody in that league to do their numbers, and he's asking everybody because he's warning everybody that he thinks that this is going to go into this effect is going to roll into at least 2 years. That we're going to see, a 25% drop in volume, or that these large teams are going to see a 25% drop in volume, and he thinks that we're probably going to lose about 40% of our agents.
This is nationwide, though.
Yeah, nationwide.
So
Yeah,
we're in a
we're
little
Florida.
bit situation, though.
Yeah, I mean, this is a weird area, man. I don't, I was talking to, Nicole at Hometown Title. She's never been busier.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, Gary Keller always says, hope for the best, prepare for the worst.
Hope for the best, prepare for the worst. I'm just excited for those people that are invested in this business, that it's going to be easier for you to be first. It's going to be easier for you to pick up leftovers. You're just going to be more important.
Well, and another thing that you're going to see is the agents that are left are going to be a lot probably better to work with. I'll call it that. They're not going to be a part-time agent that does, just a few deals a year, who doesn't really know what they're doing.
You're absolutely right, Jim. I mean, this happened the last time too. It was kind of a cleaning of house, because the agents that weren't serious about what they were got out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we were approaching like 3,000 agents back then, weren't we?
Oh yeah, yeah.
Board.
I mean, our board. I was president of the board in 2009, and we had 2,600 agents then.
I think we got down just below 1,000 at one point.
Actually, I take that back. I was president-elect in 2008, and we went from 2,400 at the beginning of that year, and by the middle of 2009, we were closer to maybe 1,700, and then it just kept going down. And we got as low as, it was a little less than 1,000.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah.
remember. Yep.
Oh, I thought we
Yeah,
had-
I see. I wonder how much of a slowdown there is. And hopefully there's some new talent coming out there too, because Michelle Magnolia of Magnolia Real Estate School has started her pre-licensing class today for salespeople. 21 students.
Wow.
Yeah,
She's a rock star.
yeah. 21 students. So I don't know. Maybe we're going to be fortunate, but these numbers just are just crazy. What else can I give you for a nugget? Who has a nugget? I'm exhausted from running these numbers and closing on my house. And now I got to go back and bleach everything down. By the way, let me just say this as a home buyer. I haven't been one for 13 years. I consider myself a pretty calm person and patient with people, I think. Sorry about that. And I forgot how stressful and emotional buying a home is. There was a part of me yesterday, because I remember buyers, and I've been doing this for a long time. I remember buyers used to say things like this to me, and it reminded me of this yesterday because my lender hadn't gotten the bank package, the alter certificates over to the closing statement company yesterday.
No.
I'm
Happens
closing
all the
at,
time.
yeah, I'm closing at 10:30 in the morning, and I don't have a closing package.
Yeah, that happens all the time.
And then I finally get the closing package at 4 o'clock in the afternoon. So she says, you can either bring a cashier's check tomorrow or wire the funds over. Here are the wiring instructions. So I go into my bank, and I'm coming full circle with this. I go into wellsfargo.com and I try to wire $6,149 over to the title company. Guess what? They have a $5,000 daily limit.
What?
Yeah, they do.
I think you need to switch banks, man. I've heard nothing good about that bank through this whole stimulus thing.
So yeah, so here I am. Now it's 4:30 in the afternoon. I'm closing at 10:30. I don't know if I can get to the bank in the morning because I had some things to do this morning. And I'm stressing out. But where I'm going with this, I'm walking out the door last night to go to the walkthrough, and I'm saying to myself, this has been a freaking pain in the ass buying this. There's a part of me that hopes the whole thing. I don't even want the house right now. I'm in that mood. And I remember buyers saying, I don't even want this house. It's been such a pain in the butt with this COVID-19 rules. And the lender keeps telling me, oh, it's because of COVID. It's because of COVID. It's because of COVID. So anyways, I wanted to share my emotion of buying a home for a calm guy. And I hope none of us ever take for granted how buyers and sellers may react to you when they're not reacting at you or because of you, but they have to react, and how we have to settle them down. And I had to settle myself down. So I opened up a bottle of bourbon.
Did you call yourself a calm guy?
I call myself a calm guy.
Yeah, I had a tough time keeping a straight face for that one too.
Let's see. Linda Kelly said, let's see what she said. 2020 is now 2020 CP. What does that mean? Linda Kelly, 2020 CP. Pandemic. Boy. Anyways, I think I know what she means. COVID pandemic. Anyways,
I have kind of a fun story.
Give it to us. I need something fun.
I sent out a group email to all of my local people that are in the 339 zip code area.
Yep.
So that went to Port Charlotte and Punta Gorda, primarily Punta Gorda. And it was an email. And today I'm sending out a letter to the ones that don't have email addresses. And this morning, one of our customers stopped at the Punta Gorda office, and Lorelei was there, and Mary goes up to the door, and she's got 2 bags from Publix. And Lorelei was very gracious, and she said, oh, thank you so much, because it was for the backpack kids. And Mary said, just keep the door open, because they're still coming. She brought 7 bags of groceries for the backpack kids. And we've got another customer that lives on Padre Island, And she called me, or she contacted us yesterday and said, I'm going to the store in the morning. If you guys want to pick it up, cool. Otherwise, I'll drop it off at the office. So I'm getting some really good response out of it. And
and
it's also sending out the same one. Actually, I copied you and Jim on it.
yeah, and thank you for mentioning that. And I appreciate what you guys are doing. This Red Day thing, this backpack for kids, the what did you guys get, Giving Tuesday, all of that stuff that you guys are doing with or without us. I think it's fantastic. Hopefully this will be a great, we're going to be accepting gifts and donations all the way up until the 14th, right?
Right. But these are good care calls too, because it's reaching out to people in different ways, and they're seeing that, okay, not only are we still in business, but we're doing something for the community at the same time.
Yeah.
And the timing may be as good as ever, because a lot of people, I think, because we're loosening the reins now, maybe people go, you know what? I don't need 30 cans of Chef Boyardee.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Are we taking in toilet paper?
12 packs of toilet paper. By the way, I go to my house this morning and there isn't, they didn't even leave me a roll of toilet paper. There'll be a dirty microwave with no toilet paper.
Much information.
Do you need any help, Dave? Other than maybe some, something to calm you down a little bit?
Yeah. I need a ladder.
What kind of ladder? What size?
I need a ladder. Who's got an 8-foot ladder?
My husband has ladders. He's a tree trimmer too. So,
Oh,
well,
really?
in case, we're the last resort because it's tied to the truck, but
Yeah.
I think there's a
Ladder, Dave.
What's
We've
that?
got one, Dave, if you need it.
I
Okay.
think there might be one in the kitchen in the office too, next to the refrigerator.
Ooh, I'll take that.
That's an 8-foot?
Ours might be low.
Yeah.
yeah, we got the big ladders.
It's just amazing how different a home looks from the time you guys make the houses look so good on the internet. I am so proud of you. You make them look so freaking good.
Are you calling us liars?
God, it just brings back memories of when, we had one black and white photo back in the day. It was just crazy.
Hey, I just thought of a good story. We were talking to Eric Decker this morning, and they ran a Facebook ad on command. Got what they said they spent
$30.
$30. Got 72 leads.
Awesome.
So that thing's working if it's set up right. Yesterday, David and I were on a call, and Brett was too, and the regional technology director, I call him.
Yep.
He was giving a little class on it, and he said some people that aren't getting any leads from their ads are probably not doing it correctly.
That's me.
Who said that? Lena?
Lena?
Yeah. I love you,
Eric,
Lena,
right
but it's pilot error, girlfriend.
Brett helped me with the first one. I thought I did it right.
Well, we'll
Brett,
have to have him help you with another one.
I will.
Yeah.
'Cause he was on the class yesterday, so
Yes.
I think the biggest thing he said wasn't it to kind of let Facebook choose your market?
Right.
When you're choosing your market, you can customize your market, and some of us get a little cute and put in all these keywords and increase the audience. Here's one thing I learned a long time ago about Facebook, and I'll say it now, is you can create these interests and have an audience of hundreds of thousands of people. In reality, I think that the algorithm still is, and still has always has been, still is somewhere between 6,000 and 13,000. So you may not know this if you've ever done an ad, but you get to choose your audience and get it down to under 20,000 interested people. I think people go, I want to go to 40 and 50 and 60 and 100,000 people. And I think that's my opinion. Yeah, you got to be a little bit more targeted.
Yeah, we were pretty targeted in ours, and we we got more qualified leads.
That's what they said yesterday too. If you target it more, the leads you do get will probably be more serious leads as opposed to just a bunch of tire kickers.
Yeah. And it's one of those things you may, yeah, it just may have been, and back to Lena for a second, it might have been run at the wrong time. It might have been, who knows? Who
Well,
knows?
the other thing they said, they suggested letting the lead come to you through Facebook and not sending them to another page, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we that's another thing, and we are going to Lena, trust me, we are all going to master this, but we have a tendency when, oh, they found my ad, I want to send them to my website. Nope. Oh, they found my ad, I want to send them somewhere else. Nope. Let them flow through Facebook because they don't have to give any information except a sign up button or a learn more, and it autofills. If they have to type anything in, they go someplace where they're not staying. Period.
We had something kind of weird happen yesterday. Has anybody checked their listings on Realtor.com lately?
Oh, talk to me.
Last night, I got an email from our customer that we've got their condo listed in Vivante. And she sent me a link because we just lowered the price on it. And she sent me a link and she said, this isn't what we were expecting to see. And it was a link from Realtor.com. And I clicked on the link and it says, not on market, unable to find price. I mean, it was like it was there, but it wasn't there. None of the descriptions were there. I'm not sure if it was an MLS feed problem, but I went on Zillow, and Zillow was saying it was off market too. But it was active on both the Fort Myers MLS and on the regional MLS. This morning, I went back onto Realtor.com to look at it again. The first time I looked at it, it was still the same way it was last night. And I looked at it about an hour later, and it was fine. But Zillow's was still screwed up. So you might want to check your listings and make sure that your stuff is coming through. It had to have been an MLS feed problem. But
I wonder if there's so much activity right now because everybody's online, they have nothing else to do, and maybe we're crashing some systems because the school system was down too. So it's just, I think there's just so many people online.
Mhm.
We're clogging up the systems.
Yeah,
That's
but
a
the
possibility.
MLS feed is full.
yeah, that shouldn't.
You know, Realtor.com comes into the database and does a pull.
Yeah. Karen and Ken, can you call, because back in my day, part of our process was always to either go to Realtor.com and Zillow to check on our listings, and then they kept making us believe it's automated, it's refreshed all the time. It's still good practice to do that.
Oh, absolutely. I've got it on our checklist that, that our listing checklist that 3 days after the listing is in effect, I automatically go to all of the typical websites just to see if it's there and if it's accurate. It's a good practice to do that.
So that's a nugget right there. I'll tell you right now, this is gold because I think we think we're so automated now that we don't have to worry about those things.
But I was so glad she pointed it out because we wouldn't have known.
On that note, let me ask you a question, and not to go down a bunny trail, but does anybody ever go to Realtor.com and Zillow and run their traffic reports on their listings?
Yeah, we send activity reports to our customers.
Hear that, guys? That's powerful. How many times I can't, I did that when I was in production. I can't tell you how many times that got me out of a bind when a seller would say to me, David, nobody's looked at my house, and I whip out this activity report and go, well, in reality, 356 people saw your home last week.
Mm-hmm. And you can do the same thing on the MLS, on the list track system. So you can set your customer up to get a monthly report or a weekly report. It just depends on how often you want them to go out. ListHub also has it. So I automatically do it for ListHub, Realtor.com, Zillow, and ListTrack.
This is gold, guys. Now I do want to ask you guys another question because I don't know your MLS all that well. How many buyers do you think? Now we're trying to get. Let me rewind. We're trying to get our buyers on our app and we're on our website and do MLS searches. Like I get MLS feeds from Jim's MLS, right, and from the Roland's MLS. How many people? How many agents do you think their buyers are using MLS to get daily activity reports? listing feeds. I'm going somewhere with this.
I would hope a lot.
A lot. So, and tell me if your MLS does this, and maybe it does, maybe you don't know if it does. But when we talk about price reductions, one of the things I loved about my MLS was if I'm at $310,000, I can literally go into MLS and it will tell me how many people are in MLS are searching in that area. And if I drop it down to 290, it'll give me a new number. So let's say 310, and I'd say right now your audience of buyers inside of MLS right now is 225. If we lower it to 290, it simulates it. That's like a credit score thing, how you can play with your credit score. We go down to 290, we went from 200 and something buyers to 475 buyers. Never, ever did anybody argue with me about a price reduction because we just double their audience. Does your MLS do stuff like that?
I don't know if the MLS does, but I just used a similar argument to get the Vivante price down because I could do it based on the number of views that we were getting on the internet. But I would imagine that our MLS probably has that in there. It's just a matter of finding it. I'll look into it.
Yeah, that's
If anybody finds it, I'd love to know how to do it because that's interesting.
That's a great tool.
The other tool that a lot of agents aren't aware of is that reverse prospecting. Because you can go into one of your listings and along the bottom of the screen, you've got, the criteria and actions and all that other kind of stuff. Well, if you look down at the bottom, there's a thing called reverse prospecting. And if you click on that, you'll get a list of all of the agents who have sent that listing out to their customers and how many of those customers marked it as a favorite, a possibility, or maybe didn't mark it at all. But it gives you a tracking number. So if you've got people that maybe there's 10 people that marked your listing as a favorite and you're doing a price reduction or you're doing an open house or whatever, it gives you a kind of a tracking number. You can send that tracking number to the agent that is listed, and tell them your customer marked our listing as a favorite. We thought you might want to give them a call and let them know the price has been reduced, or we're having an open house, or whatever. And they can tell by that number who that customer is.
Really?
Yep.
I love that. That's a great little tool. I don't know that everybody knew about reverse prospecting. But if you do find that simulator, let's share it with everybody.
Okay.
I don't think they've got a what if.
Yeah.
We'll find out.
I think you have to change the price and then the numbers adjust.
Well, that was the interesting thing with our MLS. They said, well, they created this simulator, right? And it's no bigger than Stellar, trust me. They created this simulator, and I thought, oh, this is pretty cool. So you don't actually have to change the price to see this simulation of price of buyers.
That's pretty cool.
Linda Kelly shared a couple of things. I've used reverse prospecting many times. It's a great little tool. Hey, I just want to say something else, and I'll let you guys go. Linda Kelly was also telling us on Giving Tuesday, Karen, you probably know this number, a Northport Food Bank raised $450,000 with the Patterson Foundation match.
Yep. There's a list on their website of how much money was raised, and it was amazing.
No better time. I just didn't realize how many hungry people there were out there. I'm just blown away by it,
There were over 300, I think it was 374 organizations who were part of that donation process that received funding.
Wow. All right. Well, listen, we're going over our time. I'm going to ask you guys a favor because I did Brett Bishop, our tech director, a disservice. I did not put Command with Brett in my email last night.
Oh, is he having?
Yeah, so he's doing
training calendar though.
Yeah, it is on the training calendar, but I didn't put it on, and he smacked me around for that, but he forgives me.
What's his topic today?
I don't know. He didn't tell me.
So what time is it, and where do we get the link?
Well, the link. You know what, Lena? I'm going to go ahead and post that link on the Facebook page.
Okay.
Because if you don't have, some of you don't know how to get to the calendar as easy as others. So I'm just gonna post this link on the Facebook page, okay?
Thank you.
And then you can join them because Brett will appreciate that. Jonah, it's nice to see you. Look at you. She's got such a pretty smile.
Hi, Jonna.
You came on late. Tell me something good. Tell me what's going on in your world before we go.
Got closings, yay!
There she is.
All right, Donna's got closings.
Yeah,
I'm so proud of you.
me
Fantastic.
too. Thank you.
That's so great. All right. Well, listen, I'll post that link for Brett's session at 3 o'clock. Thank you for those that can get on that. And thank you for the sharing. And I hope these numbers, Ken, I want you to verify all these numbers for me.
I don't have a picture of them, so.
It's right here.
Oh, Karen wrote them all down.
I wrote them all down. So.
Okay. All right.
David, if you need any help with the house, let us know.
All right. I appreciate you guys. I appreciate everybody.
Okay, take
We'll
care.
see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.